Hi there. It's September 26th, and this month is just getting away from us. And it's time for Proverbs 26. Let's go over there, and we'll just jump into it. As the snow in the summer and the rain in the harvest are not meet, so is honor unseemly for a fool are not meet. Right. I guess it means there is no snow in the summer and no rain in the harvest. Right? It can't happen. So honor is unseemly for a fool. Are not meet. And that's a new way of saying it. One as the sparrow by flying, and the swallow by flying escape, so the curse that is causeless shall not come. Right? Like the birds fly away. If somebody curses you and there is no cause behind it, it shall not happen. Right? 3. Unto the horse belongeth a whip, to the ass a bridle, and a rod to the fool's back. Got that? You're supposed to beat fools, it says. Now these two, it took me a long time to get these two, and they always have to be explained because it says the same thing, but it means two different things. Okay. Answer not a fool according to his foolishness, lest thou also be like him. And 5 says, answer a fool according to his foolishness, lest he be wise in his own conceit. Now let's see what their explanation says. Consent not unto him in his doings. Reprove him as the matter requireth. So these two things, like I said, they have always been stumbling, okay? But it says, answer not a fool according to his foolishness, right? It means, don't agree with him, okay? If he's being really stupid, like some of these protesters, they're wrong. What they're saying is totally wrong. And you have no idea why they're saying this. They're probably paid, right? Don't play along with that. Because answer a fool according to his foolishness, lest he be wise in his own conceit. But you have to set them straight, okay? You have to set them straight. And answer a fool according to his foolishness, reprove him as the matter requireth. That sometimes means using sarcasm to make them look foolish, okay? Somebody says, the sky is green. The sky is green. I know the sky is green. I can prove the sky is green. And you answer them, yes, and the grass is purple, okay? And I'm the king of England. Right? You make them sound foolish. But it's interesting that it says it the same in every translation. They answer not a fool according to his foolishness. Answer a fool according to his foolishness. Oh, yeah. 6, he that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool is as he that cutteth off the feet and drinketh iniquity. Drinketh iniquity, receiveth the damage thereby. To wit, the messenger to whom he sendeth, right? Yeah, don't send a stupid person to tell somebody a message, okay? It's just like cutting off your own feet. 7. As they that lift up the legs of the lame, so is a parable in a fool's mouth. Now, like the legs which are useless to the lame, so is a proverb in the mouth of fools. There's a note over here. Hang down. Right. As a lame person's legs are useless, so a parable in a fool's mouth is useless. Right? They won't understand it. 8. As the closing up of a precious stone in a heap of stones, so is he that giveth glory to a fool. Lots of talk about fools in here, huh? Closing up of a stone in a heap of stones. Now that's different. Now, all the other versions say like one who binds a stone in a sling. Okay. And this is something totally different, like closing up a precious stone in a precious stone in a heap of stones, so is he that giveth glory to a fool. Now, this is saying like binding a stone in a sling on this side. Again, it's useless. You can't fire it because it's tied in the sling. This is saying if you take a precious stone and bury it in a pile of rocks, same thing as giving glory to a fool. Okay. 9. As a thorn standing up in the hand of a drunkard, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. A thorn standing up, whereby he both hurteth himself and others. Right? Like a splinter. 10. The excellent that formed all things, both rewardeth the fool and rewardeth the transgressor. Meaning God, right? What to say? 10. That is very strange. A master workman precedes all things, but he who hires a fool is like one who hires those who pass by. Now, these say two totally different things, don't they? Now, this one says, stop it. This one says, like an archer who wounds everyone, so is he who hires a fool or those who pass by. And the other ones say that too. Now, this one says something totally different. The excellent means God that formed all things, both rewardeth the fool and rewardeth the transgressors. I'll have to look into that. And this just says meaning God. Two different, entirely different things, huh? Interesting. I have no explanation for that. As a dog turneth again to its own vomit, so a fool turneth to his foolishness, right? Fools will be fools. 12. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? More hope is of a fool than for him. Seest thou, man? That's important. You see somebody that's full of pride, it's conceited, there is more hope for a fool than for him. And we know how they feel about fools in here, right? Good for nothing but beating. No. The slothful man saith, a lion is in the way, a lion is in the street. Okay, we've read this all over. I mean, Solomon said this a lot, okay? So people, any excuse to be lazy. Oh, there's a lion outside, right? And more about lazy people. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful man upon his bed. Moving, not going anywhere, right? And more, the slothful hideth his hand in his bosom, and it grieveth him to put it again to his mouth. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish and is weary of bringing it to his mouth again. Won't even feed himself. Another one, the sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. The sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who can give a discreet answer. Return discreetly. Can render a reason. Lazy people are conceited. Did you know that? Right. 17. He that passeth by and meddleth with the strife that belongeth not unto him is as one that taketh a dog by the ears. Okay. Now, why does this do that? It's time for this mouse to go away, I think. Right. You see people fighting, right? You see people carrying signs, protesting. None of your business. Stay away from it, okay? That's like grabbing an angry dog by the ears. That's what it says. you're going to get bit. You're going to get punched. You're going to get beat up and chewed up. Right? Stay out of other people's trouble. Just stay out of it. Okay? I mean, if you need to call the cops, that's one thing. Call the cops, but don't get in between that. 18 is he that feigneth himself mad, casteth firebrands, arrows, and mortal things. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death, so is a man who deceives his neighbor and says, was I not only joking? All right, these go together. Very important. Words. We were talking about words a couple of days ago. Words are the most dangerous things in the world. They are the most powerful weapon ever created. Words. Right? The world was created with words. Right? That's how powerful words are. Right? As he that feigneth himself mad casteth firebrands, arrows, and mortal things. As a madman, shooting indiscriminately into a crowd. So dealeth the deceitful man with his friend, and saith, am I not in sport, or was I not only joking? If you say something hurtful and say, just kidding, dude, just to get a laugh, you are an evil person, okay? There's lots of comedians that do this. They tear people down. And you know what? That's hurtful words, hurt, and people. You could say something and said, I was only joking, but that person will never, ever, ever forget what you said, okay? Don't say it. Right? This is more about gossip. That's good stuff. Without wood, the fire is quenched, and without a talebearer, strife ceaseth. Without a gossip, strife ceaseth. Okay? It says, where there is no whisper or contention, quiets down. Right. Keep your mouth shut. Don't be a gossip. Don't be a talebearer. If somebody tells you something, let it end with you. And don't listen. Say, I'm not listening to that. Okay? Or in the modern world, just keep scrolling, right? It's none of your business. 21, as coal maketh burning coals, and wood a fire, so the contentious man is apt to kindle strife. Right? The words of a whisperer are like dainty morsels that come down in the innermost parts of the mind. Okay, we're in 21. Like charcoal to hot embers and wood to a fire, so is a contentious man that can kindle strife. Right? Stay away from contentious. So we look that up just for kicks. Contentious. To see. Causing or likely to cause an argument controversial. Right? Somebody who likes to argue and tell stories. Right? I want to highlight that just because I looked it up. Okay, this is important. The words of a talebearer or a gossip are as flatterings. They go down into the bowels of the belly. And my mouse is not working. Right. Gossip is like a drug. It gets down into here and you got to have more. You need to get away from that drug. You don't need to hear other people's business. Right? Important. 23, a silver dross overlaid upon a potsherd. So are burning lips and an evil heart. They will soon break out and utter themselves. What is this? K. They will soon break out and utter themselves. Right. It's like gold-plated lead, right? So are burning lips and an evil heart. There are lots of gold-plated people out there, right? They're wearing nice suits and they got a big shiny smile on their face and they're evil. Evil. It's just saying that they're evil. 24, he that hateth will counterfeit with his lips, but in his heart he layeth up deceit. Counterfeit with his lips. He who hates disguises it with his lips, but he lays up deceit in his heart. Yeah, now this kind of puts those all together. Okay. And we will put these together here too. Okay. He that hateth will counterfeit with his lips, but in his heart means he's lying to you. Okay. But in his heart, he's laying up deceit. He's telling you what you want to hear. Right? Though he speak favorably, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Right? Meaning many. He useth the number certain for the uncertain. Right? Though he speak favorably, don't believe him. Okay? A lot of politicians that says, I'm going to do this and this and this, and they never do it. Right? Right? I think there's only one politician in the last 100 years that has kept his political promises. All the other ones were just telling you what you wanted to hear to get votes. I'm going to stop talking before I get in trouble. 26. Hatred may be covered by deceit, but the malice thereof shall be discovered in the congregation, in the assembly of the godly. Right. Hatred may be covered by deceit. They might be fooling you, but they will be discovered in the congregation. Right? Though his hatred covers itself with guile, his wickedness will be revealed before the assembly. That you always find these people out. Okay, they can't keep it up forever. 27. He that diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return to him. Right? If you set a trap for somebody, it's going to come back on you. Okay, every time. We're finding that out now too. 28. A false tongue hateth the afflicted, and a flattering mouth causeth ruin. A lying tongue hates those it crushes, and a flattering mouth works ruin. Got that? Right. Evil people. All about fools and evil people, right? So there we are. That's Proverbs 26. Let's go over our highlights. Okay, this one just because it's confusing. Okay, you say it right out. Answer not a fool according to his foolishness, lest thou also be like him. 5. Answer a fool according to his foolishness, lest he be wise in his own conceit. I was really hoping this made it more clear, but it doesn't. They all say the same thing. So it says, answer a fool as his folly deserves, that he may not be wise in his own eyes. If they're being so utterly stupid and saying something utterly stupid, you have to say something to make them sound stupider, okay? And it usually works with sarcasm, because they will not hear the truth, okay? They will not hear the truth. And to make them, you need to make them look like a fool to the other people that are listening, right? Tough. Hey. And we did this just because it's totally different than over here, okay? Totally different. It says, as the closing up of a precious stone in a heap of stones, which means burying a diamond in a bunch of rocks, so is he that giveth glory to a fool. This is like one who binds a stone in a sling. So is he who gives honor to a fool. It just says different things, okay? It's just different. Just totally different. Which, now I'm looking at the 1599 Geneva Bible because it was the very first English. I mean, they first released in the 1560, and then there was one in 1591 and 1599. They kept, they kept, updating the data as they would transfer it from the Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic into English. And it's interesting to see how they have changed it, because most of today's Bibles, there are a few that, like the New American Standard is one, and they used other English Bibles to translate it, okay, and just change the words around. There are a few Bibles that have gone directly back to the Hebrew and Greek and didn't use any other English Bibles in translating them. There are very few, and you have to study real hard to find out which ones those are. Okay. We highlighted 10. The excellent that formed all things both rewardeth the fool and rewardeth the transgressor. Again, something totally different than what it says in the other English translations. And we know 1599, they didn't use any other English translations when they were translating it. They were translating it from the original Hebrew and Greek. So over in here, it says the excellent that formed all things, meaning God, formed all things, rewards both the fool and the transgressors alike. Right? They both get rain, they both get sun. And over here it says, like an archer who wounds everyone is he who hires a fool, or who hires those who pass by. A master workman produces all things, but he who hires a fool is like one who hires those who pass by. Just grabbing anyone off the street, which is also a good saying, but it's totally different than what it says over here. Okay. And I know from reading other ones that this is what most of them say. I mean, we have done this 13 times and we use a different translation every month just to get a whole well-rounded idea of everything. And most of them say what this says. It's interesting. I'm not saying it's wrong or not wrong. It's just it says different things, okay? We highlighted 12. Seest thou man in his own conceit, more hope is of a fool than of him. Right? You see man wise in his own eyes, there's more hope for a fool than for him. If you're conceited, if you're prideful, if you think you know more than everybody else, there is more hope for a fool than for you, okay? And fools are totally without any hope, okay? So it's very clear about fools in here. Hey. 17, we highlighted, he that passeth by and meddleth with the strife that belongeth not unto him is as one that taketh a dog by the ears. Okay? Like one who takes the dogs by the ears is one who passes by and meddles with strife not belonging to him. Stay out of other people's fights. If you see people fighting, stay out of it. They're both going to turn around and beat you up, okay? They will. Stay away from that. Just that simple. Okay, 18 and 19. As he that painteth himself mad casteth firebrands, arrows, and mortal things. Right? As a madman shoots arrows and firebrands and bullets into a crowd indiscriminately, so dealeth the deceitful man with his friend, and saith, am I not in sport? Okay. If you say something to your friend, if there's a group of people around, and you say something bad about your friend just to get a laugh and say, I'm only kidding, dude. Right? You're no better than when somebody's shooting indiscriminately into a crowd of people. Okay? Those are harsh words, but you know what? Words are very powerful. We said that. Words created everything. Jesus is the Word. The Word created everything, right? Words are very powerful. Very, very powerful. You can say something wrong, and if you're just kidding, just trying to get a laugh, that person will never forget that. It will never go away, and he will never be the same kind of friend he was before if you tear him down in front of other people. Right? Remember that. You're no better than a madman shooting indiscriminately into a crowd. Right? 20, without wood a fire is quenched, and without a talebearer strife ceaseth. Right? You take the wood out of a fire, the fire goes out. If you get rid of the gossip, contention will quiet down. It says over here. Contention quiets down. And we looked up contentious. That's somebody who loves to argue. Lots of those around. And somebody who usually likes to argue with you is somebody that is prideful and conceited. Okay? They think they know more than you. They won't just listen. They want to argue with you. Okay? I don't hang around with people like that. And it says you shouldn't either. Okay? 22, we hired. The words of talebearer are as flatterings. They go down into the bowels of the belly. Okay? You can read this over here. Like an earthen vessel overlaid with silver dross, are burning lips and over here. The words of a whisperer are like dainty morsels. They go out to the innermost parts of the body. Okay? Gossip is addictive. Hearing other people's business is addictive. It is terribly addictive. Gets down here and you gotta have more. There are people that are absolutely addicted to gossip. Okay? And that's all over the TV. Okay, gossip. Most of this reality TV is just gossip. People want to hear gossip. They love the drama. They love other people's stuff. Makes their lives feel less, whatever it is. And you need to stay away from gossip. Yeah. It tears down churches. It tears apart countries. It ends friendships. Okay. Gossip is a terrible thing. Okay. In 24 and 25. He that hateth will counterfeit with his lips, but in his heart he layeth up deceit. A hateful person will lie to you. Okay. And in his heart, he'll tell you what you want to hear. And in his heart, he's being deceitful. And though he speak favorably, don't believe him, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Right. You know, evil people, they speak, I'm going to do good. I'm going to be right. Right? Don't believe him. Don't believe him. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 26. We're almost done with another one. Let's see what we're doing in our Through the Bible in a Year. We're almost done with the Old Testament. Nehemiah. Okay. And I might look up that song. I did a song about Nehemiah in the mid-'80s, and it was on one of my albums. And maybe we'll play that. Okay. I did a story of Nehemiah. I did a song about Nehemiah. That was cool. So, but stay tuned later for that. We're on day like 270, maybe? Let me check real quick. Yep, 270. 270. So, there you have it. Well, have a good day. All right, don't work too hard. I'm in the storm belt, so we're got some rain all day and all night and all day tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Okay, but until later, remember, keep the gossip. Don't be conceited. See you later.